Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is a condensed version of today's episode of Undisputed, handpicked with the best segments and discussions. Skip, Shannon, let's go.
Well, the Cowboys are a small underdog for Sunday night's game in Houston. They're coming off a big win against Detroit last week, in which Dak and Zeke both had their best games of the season. But the Cowboys are winless on the road this year. So I will start with you, Shannon, because I feel like I know what this one's going to say. Who do you got in this one?
I'm going to take the Texans, Skip. I'm going 24-16. I like what they do defensively. Romeo Crennel comes from that Coach Belichick tree. And what they try to do, what you do well, they try to take that away from you. The Texans are number 9 in rush yards allowed, but 4th in rush play yards per play. And if I'm playing the Cowboys from a defensive perspective and I'm looking at their offense, I'm going to take Zeke Elliott away. My job is to make Dak Prescott beat me throwing it to those receivers that are worse than, like you said, they're worse than what the Patriots have, although I think the Patriots have some good receivers. Yeah. They had them. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to force Dak Prescott to throw the football to those guys, his receivers and tight ends. I'm not going to let Zeke get off. I'm not going to let that happen. He's the engine that drives this car. And when he gets going, they're a different team. He starts to eat. The offensive line is energized. Everybody's energized. And I'm not going to let that happen. And I don't believe Romeo Crennel will let that happen. On the offensive side, Deshaun has DeAndre Hopkins. We don't know what William Fuller is going to be able to do because he left the game against Indy, didn't return with a hamstring injury. Kiki, the receiver that came in his first game.
Kiki Cutie.
Yeah. He didn't practice yesterday.
No,
he's dealing with a
hamstring.
He's dealing with a hamstring.
Yep.
But DeAndre Hopkins.
You getting scared?
No. I would never get scared. Because the Texans, they're the baddest thing going right now in Texas.
Is your hamstring getting tight over
No. I trust. Because look. There's only room for one number 4 in the NFL. And we know who he is.
Really?
Yeah. Deshaun, my homeboy.
He is.
Yeah, from Gainesville, Georgia.
Yeah, you guys are close.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Skip Bayless. You're going to be a lot closer when he bring me that victory. But I just like the way, I think he's a better thrower of the ball. I believe I thought the Cowboys defense was going to be better than what they were, Skip. Especially, why I'm like, okay, Cowboys got some. They can rush the DeMarcus Lawrence, he can rush the passer. Now, we don't know what David Irvin, he brings something back to the table.
He is back. He's eligible. You get that?
Okay.
Monster. Thank you.
Skip. He hasn't been playing football. So
he also hasn't practiced this week because he's had a family matter or something. I don't know what's happened, but whatever.
Oh, you getting nervous?
I expect him there
Are
Sunday.
you getting nervous? Okay.
I haven't had him for 4 games. Why should I?
Whoa! And you told, this is what you've been telling me for the last couple of years. When the Cowboys defense doesn't have Sean Lee, they're in trouble. Sean Lee's out. Sean Lee's gone. Dak, the reason why Dak didn't throw that touchdown pass because Sean Lee didn't play. The reason why the offensive line didn't block because Sean Lee didn't play. Well, Sean Lee's out. You told me when Sean Lee doesn't play, bad things happen to the Cowboys.
I got Leighton Vander Esch.
Oh, now you like the tackling Dutchman.
Nickname? Thank you.
You like the tackling Dutchman
I like the tackling Dutchman.
Would you rather have the tackling Dutchman
Well,
or
obviously,
Calvin Ridley?
I'd rather have the. Oh no, yeah. I
You
thought you
want
meant
Ridley?
Sean Lee.
Oh.
Speaking of eternally pulled hamstrings, like he was born with a pulled hamstring, Sean Lee.
Yeah, either he needs a better aerobic capacity or his core or he's quad dominant because
he needs pliability is what he needs.
You should put your hamstring not like this, Skip. He's a professional. So something's out of whack.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, come see your boy, Shay. I get it right.
Oh, yeah.
I get it right.
I'm sure you
I help Cowboys. I'm up, Skip. Yeah. As a former player, I help all.
Yeah, you'd advise him to eat gummy bears. Right?
Oh, them kind I got, but if they help you.
So, you finished?
Yeah.
Good. So, your first point was Romeo Crennel. He's got that defense on lockdown. Right?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I said he from Belichick.
So the last time we saw Romeo's defense on the field, it was up at Indianapolis last Sunday, right? And Andrew Luck was throwing 62 times and completing 40 passes for 464 yards. That was career-high completions and career-high yards.
Are you saying Dak's better than Andrew Luck?
I'm just saying that was Romeo Crennel's defense. 40 completions, 464 yards, 4 touchdowns for Andrew Luck, and no interceptions. And they lost in overtime, and it was a controversial decision by Frank Reich, but it was 37-34.
Right.
So that defense gave up 34 points to Andrew Luck, and they were without T.Y. Hilton.
No.
You love that?
They without T.Y. Hilton late in the ball game.
No, but he was gone for the
But he had them dropped a $153 on him.
Okay, all right, but I'm just saying.
What about Jack Doyle?
So Houston's defense is 21st in yards allowed and 20th in points allowed. Is that good? Is that
Where does the Cowboys offense rank?
down?
Well, if you don't mind me asking, where do the Cowboys in yards gained?
Well, I'm just saying.
In points,
You're raving about Romeo Crennel, and I'm just like, I don't know about
Well,
this.
Well, make your case for their offense.
I kind of like this.
What about their offense?
I believe that my Cowboys will win this football game because I believe my guy, Dak Prescott, and I love me some Deshaun too, but I love me some Dak a little bit more. Dak Prescott will have his best game of the year against this defense on the Sunday night stage. One thing about my guy, Dak Prescott, that you will not acknowledge and honor, he rises and shines. Big moments, big stage, big challenge. What happened? Landon Collins called him out, put the ball in Dak's hands. Remember, that was a big Sunday night game against the Giants.
Got one win.
Okay, I got it. But Dak was really good in that game. And what was his line that week? Challenge accepted. What has he done 3 times that he's faced the best quarterback in pro football, Aaron Rodgers? What's happened in those 3 games that he's played?
Took 2 L's.
Took 2 L's, but he played 3 of the best games of his career, and he outplayed Aaron Rodgers each time he faced him. Yes, he did. So the average QBR for these 3 games, 80 for Dak, 62 for Aaron Rodgers. Really? Wow,
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So at Lambeau, as a raw rookie, 4th-round pick out of Mississippi State, he went up there and threw for 247 and 3 touchdowns. In a playoff game, as a rookie against Aaron Rodgers, he threw for 302 and 3 touchdowns. And then last year at home, 251 and 3 touchdowns and a QBR of 97 against Aaron Rodgers. Those are big challenge games where you're up against the best, says Shannon Sharpe.
No, but we know the Green Bay Packers defense lacks.
The defense.
So I just want to make sure. So you like QBR, and you say he's beating Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers like win losses because he's 2-1.
Well, I can't help it that Mason Crossbar.
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that.
He made 2 of the most outrageous field goals. I don't know how they went through the uprights. Because the game winner, he hooked it dead left, and it somehow straightened out and went inside the left upright. I've never seen that, neither of you, in your history of watching pro football.
But you telling me that the Cowboys offense, you tell me about the Cowboys offense and what Andrew Luck did to the Texans defense. The Cowboys can't throw the ball like Andrew Luck in that offense.
No.
He just dropped 345 on Bill Belichick's defense.
Yep.
And who do you like, Bill Belichick or Rob Marinelli when it comes to defensive minds?
I got Chris Richard from Seattle, Legion of Boom.
You're 2-2, Skip. Stop.
Well, I got Dak Prescott, and I think against this defense, he's going to have a big day because I agree with you. The premise will obviously be, the goal will be, put the ball in Dak's hands. And on Sunday Night Football, up against a young quarterback that he honors and respects in Deshaun Watson, Dak's going to rise and shine in this game. He's going to have a big game.
J.J. Watt said, no, he's not.
Okay.
Jadavian Clowney said, no, he's not.
Yeah.
Merciless says, no, he's not. J.J. going to have that thing locked down on the corner.
What were they saying at Indy last Sunday? Really, what were they saying? They gave up 464 yards passing.
The Cowboys can't throw the ball like that.
All right.
Oh,
I don't have any receivers.
I hope Dak throws the ball 60 times. I hope he throws it 60 times. And Zeke, because if he throws it 60 times, that means Zeke Elliott is not eating.
Well, thank you for bringing up my man Zeke. Because I've told you he's going to have a breakout monster record-setting year this year, and he is off to the races because he needed to play his way into shape. He was not in shape coming out of training camp because he played 0 snaps in the preseason. And Shannon Sharpe, second half last week, I started seeing shape. He's starting to lose some of his little excess baggage that he's carrying. His chin started to shrink a little bit. And
well, he should have went to camp in shape.
I know, he didn't, and I agree. And he eliminated the 3 killer mistakes at Seattle, because I still believe they would have won the game at Seattle if he hadn't dropped a key early 3rd down pass, and if he hadn't stepped out of bounds before catching a touchdown pass, and if he hadn't fumbled at the end of his longest run of the day, 26 yards in the 4th quarter that would have changed the story that day if he hadn't fumbled.
What are we going to do about
And he eliminated all 3 of those against Detroit last week.
Did Dak eliminate his turnovers?
When?
Against Seattle. He eliminated those in the next game, right?
Yeah,
and they won. Okay. Yeah. So don't put all that on Zeke.
Well, I'm just saying, Zeke cleaned his act up.
Yeah, had a monster day.
I'm going to say it again. 2 things have to happen. Dak Prescott has to be allowed to run the read option at least 6 or 7 times. And if he does and he gets to keep 6 or 7 times, it's going to really make it hard on those pass rushing defensive ends. Because if they want to crash down, if they want to take Zeke away, I love Dak going for 8 yards, 9 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards, and gashing that defense and then sliding and getting down. That's going to happen because it has to happen. And I keep saying, Dak's favorite target last year was Bryce Butler, and he's on this football team, and why he hasn't played a snap yet, he's not playing a snap. He needs to play, and he needs some targets because he is the only difference maker among the wideouts. So this will be a breakout game for Dak, and I think it will be a good game for a defense you just took a shot at. My Cowboy defense has allowed the 5th fewest yards in the National Football League. That's pretty good, I think, isn't it? Right?
And they're 2-2.
Huh. Well, again.
Why is that? So you got the 5th best
offense.
You got
Zeke made 3 huge mistakes at Seattle.
No.
I told you I didn't like the opener because that was just too hard. That's Carolina at home opener.
Okay, I get all that.
Remember, both those games were home openers at Carolina and at Seattle. Those are hard to win.
Not if you're that guy. So Tom Brady don't care when you're opening. He don't care if you're closing.
Well, he's the greatest player in the history of the league. I never said Dak Prescott was Tom Brady.
Yes, you do. He's Brady.
I did not. Well, he can be. He operates the way Brady operates. So my defense has allowed the 5th fewest yards. And guess what? Deshaun Watson has been sacked the 2nd most in the whole league because you know he'll run into sacks like crazy, right?
He will, yes.
Okay, my team has the 3rd most sacks in the NFL. So I think we're going to get some sacks this time.
Yeah. But you know Deshaun Watson going to make some plays.
He will make some plays. I don't.
He'll make more than Dak Prescott, and they'll win 24-16. 24-16. What's your score?
24-16?
Yeah.
I got the Cowboys scoring 24, and I got Houston scoring 21. 24-21, Dallas.
You think Deshaun Watson only going to score 3 touchdowns at home?
It's this defense? I think he's going to have a hard time.
You make it seem like it's the 85 Bears or the 2000 Ravens, Skip.
We got some hamstring issues over there with those receivers. Yeah.
You like that?
Do I like that? I'm hoping I like that. 24-21 Dallas. And yes, I have a case of Diet Mountain Dew. Bet on it.
D-Hop.
Yeah, do the do.
D-Hop, we hopping on y'all. Put that thing on the woozy. He'll be woozy. By the 3rd quarter, he'll be out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deshaun Watson's my fantasy quarterback.
Uh-oh.
And I'll never root for the Cowboys. But did you put Zeke on the Skip Bayless training regimen? 3 a.m. in the gym. This man's insane.
Don't follow him, Jamie. Don't feed into that.
No mercy.
Hey guys, Jenny Taft here. More of the Undisputed podcast is on the way. But first, a quick word from one of our sponsors. UFC bantamweight TJ Dillashaw loves the fight, loves the strategy, and you know what else he loves? Toyo tires. Because like Dillashaw, Toyo tires are as tough as they come, and they are the official tire of the UFC. There's a lot to love about Toyo tires. Aggressive design, proven on and off-road capabilities, tires for any weather, and the toughness to back it all up. We all know there's nothing worse than being stranded on the side of the road with a faulty tire. There's a confidence that comes with tough tires. So no matter what you're driving, no matter where you're driving, you can count on Toyo tires. Tough people love tough tires. If you're tough, these are the tires for you. Toyo tires. So the next time you need tires, ask for Toyo, the official tire of the UFC. Learn more at toyotires.com/UFC. Now, back to the show.
No mercy.
Baker Mayfield makes his first career home start on Sunday against the Ravens. We're joined now by FS1 NFL analyst D'Angelo Hall. So, D'Angelo, give us a stat line for Baker on Sunday. What do you got?
I'm saying about 270 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, interception, 3 sacks. Yeah, and that's a lot, especially against this Baltimore defense. Yeah. But I just think they're going to give him an opportunity to throw the ball. I don't think they'll be able to run it very much against this stout Ravens defense, but I think he'll get a chance to extend some plays with his feet, get out that pocket. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough sledding because this Baltimore defense, like I said, the other day, I don't think they expected them to be that good, but because they're that good, now they have to live up to it. And Terrell Suggs, you best believe he knows about that young guy coming, and he's going to try to get to him.
Yep.
I'm going to give him 250, a touchdown, 2 picks. I expect the Ravens to win. Baltimore number 2 in total D, number 4 in scoring D, and they get the best cornerback in Jimmy Smith. So that's going to be a real.
Although used car is he's going to start. That's what they said because he's got a.
Yeah, he got like 169.
Yeah.
They should have been broke a long time ago. Oh, you used car.
Used car's been playing.
He's been playing well for Baltimore.
Yeah.
But if he was playing well, he'd still been in Dallas. But he wasn't playing well like he's playing for Baltimore. But that's neither here. Baker turned the ball over 4 times against a team that can't generate a pass rush. Yeah. I mean, they're not very good, Skip. We know that as far as defensively getting to the quarterback. This Ravens team can get to the quarterback, and I think they'll force him into some mistakes. Mm-hmm. And so I'm saying 250, a touchdown, 2 picks, and the Ravens win.
So, to both of your points, Baker Mayfield at home has a higher degree of difficulty against the Ravens than Patrick Mahomes has at home against Jacksonville, because Baker does not have Patrick Mahomes' weapons. Because Jarvis has been nicked. He's got some issue going on, and Callaway's been limited in practice with an issue.
Well, they got to go, bro.
No,
remember you remember the hard knock?
Granted, I know he's got a knee issue.
Yeah,
dog,
bro. Hey, if it ain't falling off, you got to go, bro.
Better go.
And
they need every man on deck.
Is Josh Gordon a Cleveland Brown? No, he's a New England Patriot. How did that happen? I don't know, but he's no longer a Cleveland Brown. So this is going to be tough because, as I told you guys the other day, there's something about the Ravens very well, but they have a tradition of road warrior mentality on defense.
They'll bunker down.
They have played with Flacco. They've played 4 playoff games in Foxborough, and they could have won all 4 of them.
Absolutely.
And they did win 2 of them, right?
Yep.
That's pretty great. So they're going to go in there with a mindset after Wink Martindale went off the other day. This is a combination of Brett Favre and John Elway. He likes to stand on the mountaintop. So they will come in with that mentality of, we're going to teach this kid an early lesson. Mm-hmm. And they probably will. But I'm in your ballpark. I got him 22 of 35 for 250. I got reverse of you, 2 touchdowns. This is what you had, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Okay.
But I'm going to stand on the mountain for Baker in one way. And you guys are going to say, it's just college football. But who played the best quarterback game of the year last year in college football? It was Baker at the Ohio State University. And they had a really good defense and a really good football team. And he goes in there and throws for 386 and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. And after the game, Urban Meyer said, that is the best quarterback game that has ever been played against me in my career. Wow. And it was in their stadium. And it was 35-16 Oklahoma, and Baker Mayfield subsequently ran out to the middle of the field and planted the OU flag in the middle of the field, because that's what makes him tick. So then against TCU last year, they had to play him twice, including the Big 12 championship. TCU was 12th in the country in points allowed. They're pretty good on defense, and he just torched them both times. So he rises to the occasion. They lost at home last year to Iowa State. I called it the biggest upset in the history of the program, given how good a team that they had, but the defense wasn't very good. But the point was, even against Georgia in the semifinal, he throws for 200 in the first half, and then, according to him and others, something happened. He got hurt, and they took the ball out of his hands in the second half, and they lost in double overtime. But my point is, the bigger the stage, the better he plays. I will bet you this stage will not be too big for him. He won't choke. He won't look overmatched on this stage against Baltimore, that has arguably the second best defense in the NFL to Jacksonville.
That was a big win for them, Skip. But I'm going to tell you what, I believe that Oklahoma had, if you look at it like for college talent versus NFL talent, I believe Oklahoma had more college talent than Cleveland Browns has NFL talent on that side of the football.
On that side?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's definitely the point that I was going to make was, his team was a lot better than a lot of those other teams he were going against in comparison to this Cleveland team versus the Baltimore Ravens.
I got it, but I'm just showing you a stage, because that's a big Saturday night stage.
And I understand that, but it's something that Baker does not know about. Is those division rivalry games. And when you get into those,
I know.
You throw the records out the window. You throw who you have on your roster out the window. And I don't know if
But are the Browns considered a rival of the Ravens?
Well,
they got a hatred, Skip.
Remember, there's a hatred for those guys.
Actually, the original Cleveland Browns are coming back as the Baltimore Ravens. So they've never forgiven them for that. Like, those players actually had something to do with that. I hated playing division, no matter how bad the Raiders or Kansas City or San Diego, the old Seattle. A lot of people don't realize Seattle used to be in our division before they reconfigured it. It didn't matter how bad they were. It didn't matter how bad we were, because misery loved company. So if we were losing, guess what we wanted to do? Put one of the L's in your column.
Mm-hmm. So I was trying to talk myself into picking the Browns to win this game until I saw the Oakland game, and how did the Cleveland defense, that I thought was going to be the backbone of this team, give up 565 yards to the Raider offense and 45 points? I know it went overtime, but 45 points and 565?
They'll be better at home. They'll be better at home than that. Better than that. They better be.
I wrestle with that too because I want to pick Cleveland so bad because I just think it's a great story and I think they have a chance. But then I just go back to that opening game. I'm just mind blown. I'm like, even if he can score, that defense hasn't shown the ability to consistently stop people. They can get turnovers. Yeah. They've shown that, but they can't stop people. And the way this Baltimore Ravens offense is moving right now, I mean, Joe Flacco's playing some of the best ball I've seen him play.
The best thing to happen.
And it could be he's got
Lamar
behind him. We all know how that does. Alex Smith played lights out last year when he had Pat Mahomes.
He did.
He started doing things that was uncharacteristic. I'm going to throw the ball down the field now. And so you never know when that pressure's behind you, man. You got to pull out all your guns.
Joe, what I call him, Joe Fluco. When you least expect it, when you most trust him, he will throw big goose eggs out there, and you'll say, where did that come from? Who is that guy?
They better find a way to block Myles Garrett. He's a problem. Mm-hmm. He's a problem.
Okay, but then I got it. But they gave up 45 with Myles Garrett on the field for every snap.
They doubled him, Skip.
Okay.
He's a problem. I don't think they'll give up 45. Now, but we did see, Baltimore go get a bunch of points on Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh defense, come on, Skip. You're talking about a bottom 5 defense. I don't think Cleveland's bottom 5. They might be middle of the pack. And plus, they're home. I like to think teams play better at home. They got to. They can't play. There's no way they'll have another game like they had against the Raiders.
I don't know. But I got the Ravens.
You better hope they don't.
I'm going to pick the Ravens. I got them 27-20. I still think it'll be a game. Yeah, it'll be competitive.
I think it'll be pretty close.
Yeah.
What? You going against Baker?
Well, weapons, defense, you got to have some help.
Yeah, he's overmatched in this game.
He's pretty overmatched.
Oh, man, I know. See, D'Angelo, you don't know what Skip's doing. See, he's setting that stage. He's setting that table. He was overmatched. Oh, there's no way. Then he comes back with a victory and then watch what he says. This is what I told you.
I
He's
didn't
the
tell
greatest
you.
thing since sliced bread.
I don't think
it
they
ain't
can
gonna
win
happen.
this game.
Sizzle.
Sizzle be all over him.
Sizzle
and he'll be in his ear the whole game.
Yeah, Sizzle, do that little something.
Might get him out of his game.
Yeah, he might, but it won't bother Baker a bit. He'll be giving it right back to Sizzle.
Eric
Trust me.
Well,
he will.
Can't wait.
I just don't know if he can back it up.
But if Joe Fluco comes to play,
Joe Fluco, then we got a shot.
Oh, you saw what he did against the Steelers?
Yeah.
Joe Cool.
Yeah.
Joe Cool lit him up, 380.
No mercy.
Well, Tom Brady got Julian Edelman back from suspension last night, and Brady went out and dominated. He threw 3 touchdown passes, including the 500th of his career to Josh Gordon early in the fourth quarter. The Patriots beat the Colts 38-24. It was the second straight game the New England offense scored 38 points, and next week they have a major showdown with the Chiefs. So D'Angelo Hall, sticking around with us for another segment. What do you think? Are the Patriots back to being that unbeatable team in the NFL?
Well, I never thought they left that mantle. Jacksonville came in, beat them, and I said maybe Jacksonville, they're built to stop New England. But when you see Julian Edelman back out there on the field, Gronk, Josh Gordon trying to figure out how to guard him, Sony Michel's running the ball, James White's receiving it out the backfield. It's just so many matchup nightmares that as a defense, you're like, I don't know how we stop these guys. And so if this team stays healthy, it's a couple other teams that are flirting with being in that realm as far as being able to challenge them. But unless you can really put it together in November and December against these guys, because we all know that's when they're at their best. They're still working the kinks out. And Bill Belichick and Tom, they are ultimate chess players. They will set you up all season long, almost take a loss to a team like Jacksonville, because they're not going to show you everything. They're going to see the things that Jacksonville was successful doing, and they're going to have a formula for it in the playoffs and later down the line. And so I don't worry about a lot of the early season mishaps in New England, because I know at some point they'll get all that corrected, and they're playing chess while the rest of the NFL is playing checkers and worried about winning the game right now. They're worried about down the road.
Yeah, I mean, look, we know what they represent. Coach Belichick, Coach Brady, as long as they're there, they're going to start the season as the favorite in the AFC. But at some point in time, somebody's going to take these short passes away and force them to, throw the ball down the field. Last night, Skip Bayless, this is what I was talking about. 28 of his 44 passes, 64% within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. 24 of his 34 completions, 70% within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. This is what they've turned themselves into. Now, they might, with Sonny Michel being able to run the football, that might give them more opportunities. But what concerns me, Tom Brady has never, ever concerned me. That defense does. Yeah. That defense is concerning, Skip, because we see them now. Okay, they got that one pressure on and the one sack, and how that wasn't body weight on Andrew Luck is unbeknownst to me. I don't know what the rule is. I guess if two people land on the quarterback, they look at the guy that's in the middle of the two as cushioning the quarterback, so you can put all your body weight on him. So that's what happened there. But the defense is concerning. They don't consistently get pass rush. I think they lock, even Gilmore. I don't see it, D. Hall. I just don't see it, and that's what's concerning to me. I don't worry about Tom Brady. Tom Brady, probably to beat them, be it your building or theirs, is going to take you 28 points. Somehow that's the magic number you're going to have to get to, because Tom Brady can get that. In the AFC, all the teams that could cause them problems offensively, Pittsburgh's offense and Kansas City's offense, San Diego's offense. What about the defense?
Yeah, they don't have a
You got to trot somebody out there to try to stop Tom Brady, and that's what's concerning. So would I be shocked if they represented the AFC in the Super Bowl? No. But do I think they're the best team right now? No, I think that goes to the LA Rams. I think the Rams are a better football team than the Chargers.
Who in the AFC will come out besides New England, do you think?
I had the Chargers, but with Joey Bosa being out, Pittsburgh, Kansas City's defense, no chance.
So they got to be, right?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Hold up.
I teeter back and forth on Jacksonville because I want to believe in them, but I can't fully trust Blake Bortles. It's just the way I feel.
Skip, there was a game show, and you remember this, to tell the truth. My name is Blake Bortles. And there were 3 contestants. My name is Blake Bortles. My name is Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles plays quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sometimes he can be up, sometimes he can be down. Will the real Blake Bortles please stand up with what they ask?
So you think he's so nameless and faceless that you could put him with 3 people and nobody would know who he is?
Nobody.
Unless they have to ask questions. What do you do for a living? Right? So my takeaway from last night is the Patriots are still the team to beat in the National Football League. And I agree with you. I do not trust their defense because bottom line last night, Andrew Luck had 439 total yards and Brady had 438 total yards. 439 for Indy, and they went 9 of 18 on 3rd and 4th down conversions. And the Patriots are 25th in the NFL allowing 3rd down conversions. That is not good. That's not how you win a lot of football games. But all of a sudden, to me, I'm going to say it again, Tom Brady has a new nuclear weapon named Josh Gordon. He is nuclear, man, and it will only get better and better because Brady is starting to trust him. And what I loved and hated about the 500th touchdown pass by Tom Brady was it was by far his worst decision and worst throw of the night. It was just, what are you doing? I'm like, that's intercepted. Because
it was.
It worked.
He's off his back foot. He threw like a fall-away pass. He's got a rusher coming free. He wanted Chris Hogan over here because it looked like he was free up the seam. He just missed him. And then he comes back, but he's thinking, I got nuclear. I got Josh Gordon. He's 6'3", 225. I'm just going to throw him a punt and hope that he can catch it. And 2 kids playing, the 2 backups for Indy should have caught it.
That's exactly what they look like. Yeah, I mean, 2 defenders there, but that's the special player that Josh Gordon is. He allows you to do that.
Okay, and Tom trusted, I'm just going to throw him a jump ball, and maybe he didn't have to jump because they both just completely misplayed the ball. He just fell in his lap. Like, what are you doing?
Still good ball skill. I mean, that play right there showed me that this offense can be special.
Yeah, that can be special because if he continues to emerge as the nearest thing to Randy Moss for Brady since Randy Moss, and you still have Gronk and you've added back Edelman, and I know he catches a lot of dinks and dunks, but that's just what he does. It's hard to stop it.
But those dinks and dunks, it keeps you 3rd and 2,
it does.
3rd and 3.
It does.
And then now all of a sudden, and I'm like, Brady is staring down over here, the touchdown to James White. I'm like, defense, when have you never known Tom Brady to stare down a receiver? He's looking over here like this here. Everybody moves that way, and there's James White. I'm like, dude, for real?
How do you defend it? I don't know, because if you're going to double Gronk, and at some point you might have to start doubling Josh Gordon, And James White just loops out of the backfield, and he just flips it to him. What are you going to do?
And Skip, you know why I was so surprised that Tom Brady threw that ball? Considering how his night was going. He's like, I got 2 camera interceptions.
Yeah.
If I throw this ball up here, there's no way. There's no way one of those guys are not going to come down with it. But he puts it up and he comes down. You're living right. See, when you live right, things like that happen good for you.
Something he probably saw in practice. He's probably throwing a couple of them balls in practice and seen Josh make plays on him to be able to trust him to do that. But it's different trusting a guy in practice and in a game when my stats are on the line. And so for Tom to throw that up, I mean, Josh must be doing something in practice that's warranting that trust.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's in one-on-one because they go one-on-one, in the one-on-one drills. I'm sure he's killing. There's not a DB over there that can deal with him in one-on-one. So Tom is making throws. He's like, okay, I got something. Exactly.
I got something. But if D Hall is back there on that play,
that's a pick. I mean, any Skip.
You would have been saying thank you when the ball's halfway
I told
there.
somebody, as a DB, you got to that ball's in the air, I'm going to get it. Those guys was kind of like, what to do? Run into each other.
They just signed 41 on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. They just signed him off the street, and he's in the game. Come on, that D-Hall. Get a man a break.
And both of them are in their 3rd year undrafted. One out of Georgia Tech, one out of Notre Dame. But they're just undrafted free agents.
Smart kids.
Just kids.
They probably should be doing finances or something. But, they didn't fail.
Okay, so I look down the road, and it's not going to get that much easier because you say it's the AFC least, and I give you that because they should sweep their division.
Oh, yeah.
But they got Kansas City coming a week from Sunday, and it's on Sunday night. Then they go to Chicago. These are the non-division games. They have to go to Chicago. They got the Packers. They're at Tennessee. They got the Vikings, and then they're at the Steelers. It's not that easy.
The Bears and Khalil Mack, that's going to be interesting to see that defense against Tom.
Yeah. So the odds are, because you said sometimes they'll take an L just to figure things out, but they took an L at Jacksonville, and it was a bad L, and Blake Bortles lit them up. So the odds are, to me, and I said it the day after that game, they're going to have to go back to Jacksonville and right the wrong in the playoffs. It just sets up that they're not going to have home field this time.
But even if the Jags have to go to New England, they played well enough there to let them know we can beat them. Skip, I remember losing to Kansas City in the regular season and we having to go back in '97 for the playoffs. But because we played so well, it took a last-second field goal for them to beat us. And they won the division, so we had to go back there. We felt very comfortable going back there. You know what? If we play our game and we don't turn the ball over like we did last time, we can beat these guys. Mm-hmm. I think Jacksonville realized that,
what did the Giants do at the end of 2007, the last regular season game at the Giants?
They played them close.
38-35, and then they go play them in the Super Bowl, and they say, we ain't afraid of these guys.
And that's what Strahan said that. We felt like as good as they were, they only beat us by 3. We don't think we played particularly well. Mm-hmm. So the Jags like, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, they beat us last year, but we gave that game away in the second half, especially late third and fourth quarters. So they're going to have some confidence. I believe still the road to the Super Bowl through the AFC is going to go through Foxborough.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope you're right. That's my pick. It's not going through the Chargers?
Whatever, Skip.
I don't know.
Just because the Chargers, it doesn't go through L.A. doesn't mean, sometimes you got to make a detour. As a matter of fact, it's closer to get to Atlanta from Boston than it is to L.A. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I might catch me a flight.
So, D'Angelo, my man across the table, gave my man Tom Brady a B for his performance last night. You like that?
Oh, no.
A B?
No.
Oh, the screen. He was throwing up the screens.
The two interceptions was drops.
Okay, what about
I can't even count those. They count, but they don't count.
What about on third down when he hit James White in the foot? They could have kept
he was under duress, man.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't under duress.
Well, he felt like he was. He felt like he saw some ghosts.
And then he overthrew James White. I mean, look.
Did Edelman
we want sheer perfection from Tom.
Did Edelman not drop?
Oh, that was a drop.
30-yard pass.
That was a drop. That was a drop.
Yeah. So he should have been over 400 yards, and you give him a B.
But what about that? What about those sliding catches that Gronk took off the shoe top?
Oh, please. I didn't see that.
Yeah, you saw that. You saw Gronk taking them balls off his shoe top.
Every throw is not going to be perfect.
That's what Skip tell me.
But when it hits you in the hands, you got to catch it.
I mean, I think Hogan got to make that catch, but I think Hogan was pulling up and he led him, and the next thing you know, the ball got up. And Hogan like, whoop, whoop. That one that Gronk, the guy made a great play. Now, come on, the guy hit him from the blind side and popped it up, and then Gronk, he got unlucky like Alshon did in the Super Bowl. Skip, his hand popped it up in the air because But I mean, come on, that's Gronk.
Yeah,
It's
Gronk
gonna
one of
happen.
them plays
You know
you,
what?
can't be mad at.
I think
because it
Chris
happens.
Logan's in the doghouse now. Maybe that's why he looked at him and said, "Nah, I'll try this."
Hogan's like, man, I got me I can redeem myself.
Yeah.
He hit me in the seam.
I know.
Because the safety was
Hard to
3D,
let a
the
guy
safety
like Tom
rotates.
Brady down, man.
Yeah.
What would you give him? What grade would you give him?
I'm saying an A.
Woo.
I can't go A+, can't go A-.
Just an A, just a
saying
solid A.
Just
B.
because those two
B.
interceptions, even though they go on his stats, I can't say they're his fault.
threw the ball
I
up.
can't say, oh, he just threw it and the corner broke on it, or he threw a bad ball, the corner picked it off. Nah, that wasn't the case. He threw two great balls.
I
in
wouldn't
their
say they were
hand.
great.
I mean, they were good enough balls that
Yeah,
should have been
should've-
caught.
yeah, NFL receivers
both
gotta
passes
make
should have been
yeah.
caught.
Shannon Sharpe.
Yes.
I regret
Shannon
to
give him?
inform you, he gave him a B. I regret to inform you, Tom Brady is playing better than ever at age 41.
I disagree.
He is going to haunt you for 4 more
I disagree.
years.
I mean, he played better after the 2-game suspension. He played better than that. Skip, remember he came back and threw for 400 against Cleveland? You remember that? Oh, you remember
I
last?
thought he was special.
You remember last year when he threw those walk-offs? You told me he went to New Orleans and put 450 on Drew Brees.
He did after
And then
they had
came-
lost.
And then he came back and put 375
Well, he
on
was
Carolina.
only the MVP of the league
Okay,
last
then
year.
so he played.
I still think he's got a shot at winning MVP
No,
this
no, no,
year.
no, no, no,
You
no,
did-
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah, 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 yeah.
No?
No, Mahomes and
Oh,
Drew
it's
Brees.
over? It's
No,
over?
it's not over, but I'm saying, have you heard anybody mention him?
No.
You hear they mention Mahomes.
They weren't talking
mention
about him last year at
Yeah,
this
they were.
time. No.
Khalil Mack, Drew Brees.
It's a long season.
Yeah.
It's a long season.
Yeah.
But he got 3-4 picks now, Skip.
I'm not sure one has been his fault.
Oh, don't do that, Skip. Why would you do that? Tell me it's not his fault.
Well, the two last night were definitely not his fault.
He threw them.
Oh, okay.
What about all those ones I done broke up?
Yeah, right.
Thanks for being here. I need a buffer sometimes. with these two,
I know, right?
Thanks for joining us.
No mercy.
The Lakers finally got a preseason win last night at Staples against the Kings. LeBron scored 18 points in 16 minutes. But the big story was Brandon Ingram. He scored 31 points. And after the game, LeBron had some major compliments for his new teammate. Take a listen.
I thought he was great. I think he was great all game, not just in the second half. His pace, his ability to play the point and play the wing. He's a very special talent, and we're definitely happy to have him on our side. I know what I see in him, and he's looking for this opportunity to make the next jump in his third year. So it's a lot of upside in that kid, and I'm happy to try to give him as much as I can.
Well, LeBron has been very complimentary of Brandon Ingram since he joined the Lakers. Do you think that B.I., who they call Tiny Dog, can be the co-star for LeBron in L.A.?
Yeah, old Tiny Dog.
Oh, Tiny Dog.
Like Pets. You saw that movie Pet, Skip? With Kevin Hart, that's what he called a little chihuahua. Tiny Dog, that's what he called it. Yes, I believe. In order for the Lakers to be who they think they can be, he's going to have to be the true number 2. He's going to have to be special. And remember, Skip, Chris Haynes came on the show and he said, LeBron says he's got the juice. And he showed a little bit of that last night. Now, he from year 1 to year 2, he increased his point total by 7, his field goal percentage by 7, 3-point by 10%. So he's shown that ability. There's a reason why they drafted this kid number 2 overall. So he has that ability. Skip, he's always going to be frail. I'm sorry, he's never going to have a Dwight Howard body. That's not what he is. He's a thing. Look at Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant said, I don't need to be able to bench 225 or even 135 to shoot these 30-foot threes on you and get to the basket like I want to at any time I want to. If you look at LeBron teams that have gone to the finals, that have won finals, he's had a true number 2. It was D. Wade in Miami. It was Kyrie Irving in Cleveland. This is what Brandon Ingram must be in order for the Lakers to be who they need to be. LeBron looked good too, but we ain't talk about LeBron. This is all about
He
Brandon.
did look good. Well,
you said it like you surprised. You over there
shocked.
Why are you shocked?
I don't know.
You just been watching the man for 16 years. Has he ever disappointed you? But I've done here. No, we don't answer that. But anyway,
he's finally on a big stage now, a real stage. This is Los Angeles. This is Hollywood.
do you know
You got to
this
live
man-
up.
This man brings his own stage with him.
Does he?
Yeah. He needs to be the guy behind LeBron. And LeBron is
How about beside LeBron?
Yeah. But he's the true number 2. And he needs to be special on a nightly basis in order for the Lakers to be who they want to be. Now, Can he be a number 2 and actually make them contend? I still think they're a year away. But this is why I feel comfortable in saying they're going to get me them 54 wins, get me this due, and going to advance at least at the bare minimum past the first round, catch the right matchup in round 2. It might be in the Western Conference Final.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're dreaming now.
There ain't no dream.
You're always delusional, but that's
Look at
that's
this.
just over the
You
edge.
see that, Skip? 1, 4, and 2, 3.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. That adds up to 37 wins.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Plus 20.
Okay. So, before I get to the point I'm going to make about Brandon Ingram, I do have to be objective about what I watched last night, and I did watch this game. I got to remind you, your team in the first quarter against Sacramento at Staples gave up 39 points.
They did.
Okay, I keep saying they're so defensively challenged. 39 times 4. Now we're getting up toward 160 points if you do it for the game.
They're going back to the 80s.
What?
You know,
like the old Denver Nuggets, right?
Yes.
Are you going to have to win games 150 to 148? Maybe.
No.
I don't know. Are you capable? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, De'Aaron Fox had 15 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Now to the point about this kid. I'll be the first to admit, the more I watch him in just these 3 exhibition games, they don't count. They're just preseason. He is really impressing me. And what LeBron is saying about him is really catching my attention because LeBron doesn't do that.
No.
He's calling him a special talent. He went out of his way to volunteer to Chris Haynes, who was on our show 2 days ago, right? Or was it yes? No, 2 days ago, right?
Yep.
That, hey, the kid that's caught his eye the most is this kid, that he could be really a difference maker for this basketball team. So I go back and start thinking about what I've seen and heard about Brandon Ingram. You realize what happened 2 years ago when Kevin Durant first laid eyes on Brandon Ingram. You know what his quote was? First person I can say that I can look at him and feel like I'm looking in the mirror. That was in 2016. So he's looking at him, and I think he's still 18 years of age. But Kevin saw himself at age 18 in this kid.
Right.
They're both listed at 6'9". I still say Kevin's closer to like 7
Man, Kevin never ran
feet.
at no 6'9".
No, seriously. And Kevin's wingspan is supposed to be 7'5", maybe. I think 7'5", and they say Brandon's is 7'3", which is still
Right.
enormous, right?
Yep.
So I do see some Kevin Durant because, again, the coaches keep saying he has sneaky strength to him because I think he plays stronger than he looks, Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, it's real sneaky because I don't see it in that body.
Well, I do. I'm starting to see more and more of it. And we had Magic Johnson, I remember, had a last season.
Yep.
And Magic said, I've been all over Brandon. He's got to be more aggressive. He's got to be in attack mode every night. Well, in these preseason games, he's been in attack mode.
Yes.
Well, I'm saying, who is that guy?
Right.
Because it is Durant-ish what he can do with the basketball because he can get to the rim easy, crazy. Right?
He's a slasher. LeBron is looking for him on the block. He's looking for him cutting to the basket. Now, I don't know if he'll ever be able to shoot the ball like KD.
No.
That's asking an awful lot.
Look at his free throws. As a rookie, he's 62%. Last year, he got up to 68%. Kevin Durant's an 88% career free throw shooter.
We're working on that. But you know who went 6 for 6 last night at the free throw line, huh, Skip?
Yes, he did. But, of course, the game didn't count, so there was no pressure.
They didn't count, but they matter. Yeah, it didn't count, don't do nothing. But it matters.
How much due have you lost to me on LeBron's free throw shooting? How much?
80% in the West.
Do you want that now?
Yep.
You're going to give me another case?
80%.
He will not shoot 80%. Will you give me that?
Yes.
Are you joking?
Nope.
Another one.
Where do you keep all
now I
this
feel
Mountain Dew?
I have a swimming pool full of diet.
I get it back. I'm going to get it back this year. One
Okay,
case
so
at a time.
one case. Remember you said that.
Yep.
Okay, you're not going to amend that bet.
No,
and say,
I don't
"Look,
want to amend.
I
don't want
meant
to.
78%. Nope, you said 80. 80 or higher. There's no way.
There's a way.
Okay.
And there's a way. Have LeBron ever let you down, Skip? Has he ever let you down? No, he didn't.
Yeah, at the end of game 1 last year in the finals. Whoop.
JR let me down.
No, okay. So, back to this kid. Do I see some Kevin Durant? Yes, but you know who I'm starting to see? I covered the greatest player ever in Chicago.
Oh, you
Michael
Scottie
Jordan.
Pippen?
I'm seeing some Scottie Pippen. I am seeing Scottie Pippen because if he wants to, I think he can defend at a high level. His defensive win shares last year, individual, was 75th in the league, which is not terrible. Now, Lonzo was better because he was 28th. LeBron 308th in individual defensive win shares. So my point is, if Brandon Ingram gets more of a defensive mentality, he can start doing what Kevin Durant does for Golden State. He can rim protect.
Right.
He can block shots. He's so long and springy that he can create a lot of defensive problems. So I must admit to you, I'm starting to come around on your team. I think it could be a little better than I thought because of him, because he could be the closest thing LeBron has this year to a co-star.
But 54 wins in the Western Conference?
That's just too many.
We don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Because when we got that guy, we everything's okay. When you walk in, Skip, it's like sometimes you be undermanned. You walk into a place and you know you got the baddest man on the planet with you. Mm-hmm. It might be 25 other guys, but you walk into a building, you rest assured nothing's going to pop off because you got him. But here's the thing, I say that. They had 18 turnovers. Mm-hmm. Skip, if you're not going to play defense, you better not turn that basketball over.
But they're all LeBron's rubbing off on everybody, and they think they're all globetrotters.
They do.
They're all trying passes.
Everybody trying to play.
Lance got away with a no look that Zubac just dunked, and it was beautiful to watch.
Yes.
Now they're all trying.
Yes, but you can't do that. You can't have a high turnover team that doesn't play defense because not only are you not getting up shots, you're not playing defense, so they get easy baskets, uncontested basket going the other way. So I believe, they'll tighten that down. Look, they're going to have to outscore people. It's simple as that. They're going to have to outscore people. They only really got one guy. Okay, if you look at it, JaVale McGee. He can play defense. He's really the only guy known for playing defense.
Lonzo can play it, seriously.
Okay, at this
I don't know if Lonzo's going to play, period, though. That's going to be the problem.
His minutes might be.
And speaking of that, what was fascinating about last night? Rondo, they just kept out because they're just saving him, they're just resting him. But guess who played point guard the whole night? Brandon Ingram.
And that's the thing. So you got Rondo, ball, B.I. with the ball, LeBron with the ball.
How do you do that? Wow. And I like Brandon Ingram as a point guard because he can really handle it.
Yeah, he can handle it. That guy right there. Yeah. Oh, that 0-2-3.
You're just in love, like you.
I've been like
he's got little hearts in his eyes.
Oh, 0-2-3 got some. He finally got somebody. He got somebody he can work with right now. Somebody that wants to play with him. Yeah. Somebody that's not envious of what's going on around him.
Ooh. Somebody who will be loyal. Not say I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who's up in Boston who said yesterday he's going to stay in Boston.
He said that's his plan.
That's Kyrie.
I guarantee you I can go back and find footage where Kevin Durant says he wants to finish his career in OKC.
He would say that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're out at a fan
gathering. What you supposed to say? No, I'm looking at
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm looking at Jim for y'all that did this.
Right.
No mercy.
DraftKings has thousands of dollars up for grabs tomorrow night, and you can play for free. Just use the promo code Fight Night and select 6 fighters. Conor McGregor is actually an underdog tomorrow night against Khabib. Yesterday, Conor was late, as usual, for his press conference, but then he had a lot to say. Take a listen.
Him and his mentality. I don't give a about him. My heart is black towards this man, towards his team, towards his people. I could truly see the inside of that man's head and smile. I don't give a about him or his people. Like I said, there is way deeper than just a fight on Saturday night. So it is what it is. I'm here. I'm going to settle this the noble way for myself and then see what happens after that. Peace. There will never be peace here. I always say you should aim for peace. But if you can't aim for peace, aim between the eyes. And that's it. I'm going to aim right between that man's eyes. And this is never over. Never, ever, ever over.
That is some top-notch trash talk.
Yeah. It will never be peace.
Yes.
Right between the eyes.
That is correct. And I'm going to aim right between the eyes.
Shannon, who do you got in this fight?
I'm taking Khabib.
Yeah.
Skip, I think Conor, because Conor has been off from fighting 2 years in this style of fighting. Now, we know he fought Floyd Mayweather in 2017, August of 2017. That's been a year from just fighting, period. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, Skip, he started training for this fight, let's give him 4 months. Mm-hmm. Nah, Skip, you don't get better, you don't hone your craft by not doing your craft. Fighters fight, and he hadn't fought in a very long time. But he's never fought a guy like this. This guy's unbelievable. Now, all the other guys, they were kind of strikers like he were. Nate Diaz wanted to stand up and fight, too. He wanted to fight.
I don't know. He wanted to get him on the ground. But go ahead.
No, but this guy here. But what does everybody say about Conor? his stamina. He starts to wane in the latter rounds. Now, they say this guy. Now, you remember when Rocky fought, Drago was from Russia. Rocky went to Russia to train because they said something about running in the snow and lifting all that thing. Now, this Russian here, Skip, they say, I saw a video of him when he was 8 years old. He was wrestling a bear. Bear did a great leg takedown on him. Skip, Conor's never seen anything like this. This dude, Conor is the underdog for a reason. This guy is legit. And he will Floyd Mayweather says, I knew I'm going to let him blow his wad. I'm going to get him out there to the deep, drag him to the deep, and I'm going to drown him. This kid will try and take Conor to the deep and drown him. I got this dude right here, and you got Conor, I know, and we got Dew on it. I got the Russian bear.
I got no Dew.
Khabib.
Yep.
Why no Dew?
Well, I just don't.
No, that's your guy, Conor. He's talking trash. We want peace. We see no peace. I aim between his eyes.
So before I make my prediction, to your point, I covered a whole bunch of Muhammad Ali fights, and I always said the greatest pre-fight press conferences in the history of sports came from Muhammad Ali's lips because he was a creative promotional genius.
Yes.
He always had a plan for the press conference. He had rhymes. He did. or he would be in attack mode and he could get vicious before fights against Joe Frazier where it got low. It got a little personal, Whoa. But it was wildly entertaining, and everybody couldn't wait to write about it and talk about it. And the closest thing to Muhammad Ali and pre-fight promotion is this 30. He's now 30 years old.
He's legit.
He is.
He's legit with the talk game.
He is wildly entertaining. I don't know how much he plans. I don't know if he scripts it.
Yeah.
But when he's on a roll, man, it's like stand-up comedy where I'm just like, he's got another joke and another joke, and they are low blows. He's going for,
Khabib coming though, Skip. This dude's for real.
No, I got it. So let's put this in perspective before I tell you why I'm making my pick. Conor McGregor made reportedly $100 million to fight Floyd Mayweather, and I thought he gave a good account of himself.
He gave a great account. Yeah.
All right. So he makes $100 million for like an hour's work, right? Maybe less than an hour.
Right.
And then he goes off, and I don't know what he does. He creates a whiskey brand, and he has one long party, right?
Yes.
And this guy can party.
Oh yeah.
And then he comes back to MMA fighting, to UFC fighting, and does he have a tune-up fight? No. He's going right for the throat, or maybe he's coming for his throat because he goes for Khabib, who's 26-0, and he's got 8 by submission. So he likes to get you on the ground because he can wrestle.
Yeah, he's legit.
You can just look at his ears and tell he's a wrestler, right?
Yes.
So this is not the wisest thing to do. It's great for money making, and I don't know how many more times Conor wants to fight because I keep quoting.
Well, he signed a new 6-fight deal.
No, I know, but I'm just saying I don't know how much more of this do you want? Because what did Dana White tell us? I think he was sitting right there when he probably said it a lot of places, but hey, after you make $100 million, you don't really want to wake up the next day and think, I want to go get hit in the face, right? Because you're getting hit in the face with pretty much bare knuckles.
Elbowed in the face, kneed in the face.
Right. Like Floyd can get away with it because he's the greatest defensive fighter ever, so he can get through a fight with Conor McGregor. Right. And he's pretty well unscathed, right? And he can sort of live to tell about it, right? But you can't live to tell about this fight because you're asking for trouble. But all that said, I got to support my man. I won't put my due where my mouth is because I got he is a solid underdog in this fight, and he should be. But there's only one way he's going to win it. You know this, and I know this, because we got stamina issues here. His body looks good. I just don't trust his cardio, right? I don't know how long he can last. So he's going to have to knock out the 26-0 fighter, right? He's going to have to knock him out fairly quickly. So I'm going to go early third-round knockout because that's the only shot that he's got in this. And I do think he is capable of knocking him out. And sometimes when I watch him, I can't tell how much is acting and how much is real, but I don't think I think they hate each other. Right. And I think there's legitimate back and forth hatred where Conor would like to knock him out, and I think he will go in with knockout as his goal, and he's going to be landing punches because he can box now.
How well can Conor negate his takedowns?
I don't know. Because if he gets him on the ground, that's big trouble for Conor.
You're asking for
trouble.
Because he gets you on the ground, Skip, you have to expend so much energy to get up off the ground. That's the thing what wrestlers can do. They know how to put their body weight on you, make you expend all your energy.
Yep.
It's steady zapping you, steady taking it out of you. Skip, I think he might need to knock him out before that.
Maybe.
Because, third round, that's still, you're talking about 10, 12, 13 minutes into a fight, of a 25-minute fight. You're asking for problems. This dude is legit, Skip. And here's the thing with Conor. You signed this 6-fight deal. The last thing Dana White wants to have happen, you lose the first fight in a 6-fight deal.
Oh, I know.
This
is really risky.
Man. Yeah. You got to get you a tomato can. You don't start with this guy.
That's what I'm saying. You came back
Dana,
after
give
2
me
years?
a bump. Don't give me the number
somebody.
1 contender. Right. Don't give me the number 8 contender. Give me the number 9 contender.
Somebody.
And you talk about getting kicked, punched in the face. Skip, what about being choked? Who wants to be wake up? You wake up like you took a nap, but you took a nap in the middle of the ring. Like, okay, what? You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What happened? Dude just choked you out.
Conor's sitting on a stack of cash, but there is pride on the line because these guys do have beef.
But Skip. It takes a special person to make that kind of money. That's why, fighters, the Bernard Hopkins, and now he didn't make the money that Floyd made, but when you make money, okay, you come from nothing.
He came from nothing.
Conor McGregor had food stamp. He was on government assistance. Okay,
it wasn't that long. It was like 4
or 5 years ago. So you start making money. Okay, you make $100,000. They're like, wow, this is more money.
$100,000.
But then now you get million. Now you get 5 million. Now you get 10 million. You get 100 million. Do you still have the same desire to get up out of bed and go hit that bag, to go run those miles? That's what with LeBron James. As much as he's accomplished, as big as he is, he still wants to get up and go train.
He does.
He still wants to eat like he eats.
He does.
Man, it takes a special person. Everybody can't do that, Skip Bayless. Yeah, every day, I bust you up every day, but I still have that desire to get up out of bed and come do this all over again.
Ego.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I still.
That's kind of delusional.
No. Got me a new eating program. Yeah, because I needed more stamina. I felt myself going back watching tape. I started to wane like the last 30 minutes so I'm better conditioned now. Yes.
All right.
I'm a handful over here.
No,
I never changed my eating program. I don't ride the roller coaster like somebody across from me. The roller coaster is dangerous.
I don't do I love roller coaster.
What happens? You go.
No, I don't do the yo-yo.
You go.
But this thing gonna be tight.
No mercy.
Thank you for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Keep an eye out for the weekend edition of the podcast tomorrow morning, featuring this week's best segments. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.